Hi, first graders. It's Mrs. Cresson here with writing. Today I have two things I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about revising. Revising is when we go back and read our story and then think of ways that we can improve our story, that we could add more details or maybe fix mistakes. Maybe we spelled a word wrong and we want to fix it. So we're going to talk about revising, and then we're going to talk about some spelling. So let's get started with revising first. Right up here, I wrote out just a small portion of my story to give you an example of how we would revise. So I have, one day after dinner, I decided to go for a walk. I was looking forward to it. I got on my shoes and headed out the door. Now, when you look at this, you can see that I have my spaces in between my words, so it makes it nice and easy for us to read. I didn't squish it all together, and I didn't spread it super far apart, because when we do that, it makes it hard for the reader, me and you, to read your story. So I want you to really think about having your spaces when you're writing. Now, I think this is fine. I'm okay with it. I could turn this in. But the more and more I thought about it, I thought this was weird. I have one day after dinner. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't really eat my dinner in the middle of the day. I usually eat my dinner in the evening. So I think this is confusing that I said one day after dinner. Once I went back through and reread it, I thought, I think it would sound better if I said one evening. One evening after dinner. So now that we understand, this is happening later in the day. Evening is later in the day. One evening after dinner, I decided to go for a walk. I like that better. I revised it. I made a little change that I think makes the story better. I thought it was fine before, but now I think it's better. It gives a better detail word than the first word. So when you write your story, you're going to go back through and reread it to make sure that things like that get fixed. Maybe you forgot to put a period. Maybe you forgot to put a capital letter. So when you go back through and reread your story, you can fix those things. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is spelling. So right here, when we are spelling a word that we don't know, and that happens a lot, there are words that I come to that I'm not quite sure how to spell them. I want to talk to you about saying them slowly. We say it like a turtle. We say it really slow and we stretch it out. So, say the word dog. The word is dog. Now talk like a turtle. Og. Really slowly like a turtle. Write the letter for each sound. So if I say d, 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 og, well, d, what does that sound? D, D, right. So I would write my D. D, ah. If you're in my class, we know that octopus arms go like this. D, ah. Now I put my O. I hear that. D, ah. I hear my O. G. Oh, G. I know that G says G. So I write my G. D, og. When you come across a word that you're not quite sure how to spell, I want you to stretch out that word. Say it very slowly like a turtle and write each time you hear a sound, write the letter for that sound. And we know that sometimes there are sounds we just don't hear, and that's okay. You're just writing the sound that you hear. That's the best you can do. All right? So, boys and girls, I hope that you are coming up with lots of stories. If you finished that first story, it is time for you to get started on the second one. So you are thinking of an idea, planning first, second, third, what happened. You are writing like crazy, writing. You're adding pictures, you're adding details with your pictures, details with your words. You can go back and read it and revise it. Fix those things that need to be fixed. Capitals, periods, spaces, and also when you are spelling, say it slowly like a turtle and write down the sound you hear. Write down the letter for each sound. All right, I hope that helps you move forward in your writing. I hope that you have finished your story that you started, and maybe you're already starting on your second story. If you have finished a story, you can turn it in to me on Friday, or you can keep it and turn them all in at the end of the unit altogether. That's up to you, but I certainly would love to see your writing. And if you send it in to me, I'll share it. That'll be so much fun. All right, boys and girls, happy writing. Keep it up, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.